Well, hello everyone. Hasn't it been a long time? You guys, y'all know how I've been really sick, but I'm feeling really good today, and it's time to get everything back into motion. I'm really excited about being on today. We got a lot of things coming up, but first of all, I just want to say thank you for joining A Sister's Trust. I missed you guys, and besides, I know we was talking about prayer. I hope you guys been having good quiet times and good prayer times. But I'm just going to swing this around a little bit. We're not going to forget about prayer. Hopefully, you're doing that on your own. But in the meantime, I want to move to something different. I want to think about, how do you feel when you think things are crystal clear? Crystal clear in your mind about the way it's going to go. Would it make a big difference in your life? Would you make different decisions? It's pretty cool, excuse me, when you read other people's literature and just think about what kind of heart goes into things that they're writing, or what kind of character that person has, or how are they feeling. We all have different feelings and different things happen in our lives at different times. But if you knew the ending of how something, would it make your actions a little bit different? Would you go at things in a different, way? Think about that. If you knew what was going to happen before it happens, would you work it out a little bit differently? Would it help you to make a better decision? Especially a lot of times if your mind stuck on that you got the right decision. But you know what? Sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. I'm not into no kind of crystal ball. Let's get that clear. But what if we had a little crystal ball to know the future? We ain't gonna get into none of that. But just to think about, having a changeable heart, and a lot of time we focusing on living each day the best that we can. I want to read you something, a little cute story that I came about. And so it was in this cute book. First of all, it was called "When God Winks at You." And one of the little stories in here, it's called "When It Is Crystal Clear." Let me read that to you. It says, in Anaheim, California, Mavis Jackson drove past a crystal clear cathedral for 20 years. She said the same thing: someday I'm going to go in there. One Sunday morning, she did. Putting on her best outfit, she simply decided today is the day. Getting there early, Mavis took a seat in the middle and watched the huge 3,000 seat mega church fill up with people. She was at awe, and the magic voices majestic of the choir sing in an inner circle. She marveled at the manner in which a huge section of the glass ceiling slid open at the start of the service, as if to invite even the birds to worship. At the end of the service, Mavis stood up and waited for the aisles to clear, trying to not sound, she was trying to not sound too excited. She said to the young lady who was sitting next to her, "I am so glad I came today. Wasn't it wonderful?" The young woman nodded. "Are you from here?" asked Mavis. "No, I'm from the Middle West," said the young woman, adding, "I am actually here on a mission to find a birth mother." There was a pause. "I know how you must feel," said Mavis. "A long time ago, I had to give up a little girl for adoption. I didn't know, but another pause came about." So they both just pausing. The young woman looked deeply into Mavis' eyes. "Do you remember her birth date?" "Yes," said Mavis cautiously. October the 30th. That's my birthday, gasped the young woman. That's right, a remarkable coincidence, a God wink, had reunited a long lost mother and daughter. What are the odds of that? They sat down. The young woman introduced herself as Sherry Wallace or Cheryl Wallace. Cheryl explained that for years she had been, excuse me, haunted by the lingering uncertainty of not knowing who her birth mother was. And more importantly, why her mother gave her up. In her small midtown, everyone was discouraging her. You're looking for a needle in a haystack. The council, the women, the clerks, there was no trace of her, said others. Eventually, a suggestion from someone who thought once heard that Cheryl's birth mother had moved to Orange County, California, led her to the time and place. Even on her most optimistic days, Cheryl never could have forecast such a remarkable outcome. That such uncertainty would end with such clarity or certainty in a manner that only God could have made it happen. And when they confirmed that their wonderful miracle was true, they were that her long lost mother and daughter, they knew the Mother's Day would never be the same again. What can we learn from Mavis and Cheryl's story? That a mighty force is out there, bigger than all of us, watching over us, directing our lives. And when we step in our faith and demonstrate it by Cheryl in looking for her mother, we can receive the desires of our hearts. We can turn uncertainty into certainties. I wonder if in your past you had been challenged to step out on faith. In your past, have you been challenged to step out on faith? Perhaps in an earlier age, and as a result, you were giving a firm affirmation that your faith will be rewarded. If so, perhaps your experience parallel to the one that followed. That was amazing. Stepping out on faith. You know, a lot of times we say we have faith. We do. We really do. Because what is faith? It's trying to react to something that we don't know that's going to happen. But we believe deep down in our heart that it's possible, that it is true, and that we believe. And we want to have faith. Could you imagine if we didn't have faith about anything? You know, when you're tired or you're suffering or when you're hurt and you're alone, that faith telling you that it's going to be different tomorrow. We really don't know, but we got faith that it will be different tomorrow. So that gives us something to believe in. So where's our faith? You know, that's a beautiful story. And you know what? When I read it, at the end, I wasn't thinking about this before, because I think on one of our studies that we done a while back, I might have mentioned, I'm not for sure, because you know, you guys know I'm a hairstylist. So one of my newest clients came in and she was telling me about how she found her mother and how she'd been looking for years, and come to find out her dad was, I think, was in the same city. But in that incident, she was taken by this lady for whatever reason and raised as she was raised as the daughter of this person who now has passed away, and had taken her away from her mom. I said, you know what? A lot of things could have happened with that. She could not have been here today's time. They could have hurt her. Anything could have happened. But you know what? It was talking about a force out there, but we believe in God, not just some force. We believe in God that He take care of us. It don't mean that we're gonna have this rosy life, but for the most part, we want to have the faith that God take care of us, even though we're living for heaven. We want to have faith that it could be some great things here while we're here on earth. So anyway, I ain't gonna get too much rambling because I can ramble along about this. But if you thought things was crystal clear, if it was crystal clear from you, your actions or your outcome, if it was crystal clear of what was gonna happen, would you live a little bit differently? Would you think a little bit differently? We talk about we want to be with God, we want to be in heaven, but He does make it in the word crystal clear that we need to live a certain way to be able to have that. Even though we can't see the future, if we have faith in God and believe in His promises, then we got to start living in the way that we believe in His promises. That if we do certain things, these things are going to happen. Don't you think that it would direct our life a little bit better and things would be a little bit easier for us? Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. But I just want to share, I just ran across that story today, and I want to share that with you. And I know we done got turned around to something different, and we not on the prayer. But I'm just going to say about the prayer, you guys, I haven't been forgetting about the prayer study, and I was very ill for a long time. But I'm feeling better now. I'm on top of it. I want to make sure that we have our Monday stories out every Monday, like we supposed to. And I appreciate you guys chiming in. And I want to just say and end it here. Oh, before I end it here, we're still going to have some shopping with Yoli. We're going to have some women as singles sharing their lives, being a Christian and still being single, which is remarkable because their faith and their eyes is on God. And a few other things, some exercise and things like that. So tune in to A Sister's Trust. Please ask questions, leave comments, ideas, and share us with your friends, okay? I love you all, and I'm so happy to be back. And live your life as in it is crystal clear from the promises of God. See you next time.